Let's go back to the captain's place.
I love to look at animals, see what animals do. I love to look at animals, don't you? Don't you? Some are sleepy, some are silly, funny as can be. Just like people, each has its own personality.
This is a penguin. Hello, penguin. It's a Humboldt penguin. Comes from off the coast of South America, Peru. This is a type of penguin that does not need the cold of the South Pole where most penguins come from. He can do very well in... Oh, you want to come over and say hello to me? What are you doing? You want to play with my glove? You want a box? It's in a box. Look at that. Looks like he's got on a tuxedo, doesn't he? Do you see his webbed feet? He can swim very fast underwater. His body is streamlined. And his wings are like flippers on a seal. That's it. Show him your wings. That's it. Catches fish. That's what he eats, is fish. He likes fish. Looking around. This is the captain's place, Pete. Take a look around the captain's place. See what you think of it. What do you think? Where are you? You behind me? I can't see you. Oh, you're over there. What do you think of the captain's place, huh? Pretty nice, don't you think? He says, well, I don't see any fish. Don't see any ice. Don't see any water. It still looks pretty good. You gonna do a little tap dance for us? Looks like he's all dressed up for one. Where's your cane and your top hat? Come back and say hello to me again? Okay. Look things over. Give you room to get by. He has a very sleek set of feathers. Almost like a skin, you might say. He has a heavy coat of oil under there. He's waterproof. In other words, the water and the cold cannot get through his feathers. Come on back here, Pete. Come here. Come over here. That's it. That's it. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Well, you know my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true.
Simon had promised to meet Henry, his chalk-drawing friend, by the fence. And as he hurried along, he wondered what sort of adventure awaited him. Henry was impatient. Come on, Simon, you have some more of your unfinished drawings to complete. The train is waiting. Hello, Simon. Simon frowned. It was his teacher, just as Simon had drawn him the day before. But the teacher was not very pleased. When you drew me, you forgot to give me any books. I can't teach properly without books. So Simon thought, what should he do? Well, I'll draw you some books. And that's just what he did. And the teacher looked very pleased. Thank you, Simon. Now that I have books, I will be able to teach. Simon made his way to the train, and he began to shiver. It's rather cold here, and nearby Flower heard him. Cold indeed. Yes, that's because you haven't given the sun his rays. In the sun. Well, it's certainly warmer now. Oh, indeed it is. And Henry agreed. Yes, and it's going to get warmer still. You've got the biggest task of all at the hospital. Whatever can that be, thought Simon. At the hospital, Henry looked at Simon sternly. All these children are here because you left them unfinished. They can't go out and play like you. So Simon set to work immediately to finish the drawings. And when he had finished, he felt very satisfied because the children were running and skipping. Let us all go out and play. They all went outside, and the sun shone, and Simon joined in the games. Suddenly the school bell rang, and the teacher appeared. Time for school, children. Time for school, children. Simon just then remembered he'd been enjoying himself so very much he'd forgotten the time, and he'd better hurry or he'd be late for school. Simon hurried back to the fence, waving goodbye to all his friends. I'll come back. And he hurried on to school. He was late, of course, but when he arrived, he found that there were no lessons because all the books had mysteriously vanished. Wasn't that peculiar?
Captain will be back after these messages.